As I already stated before, The Matrix is really a retelling of the gospel, and we've already seen a couple of illusions, but I want to show you two scenes here that will establish a very obvious reference. Uh, and I'm telling you this so that you get closer to the understanding that the Matrix is actually Satan's kingdom. Right? So we first look at this scene, and Neo's gonna meet the whole crew for the first time. And I want you to pay attention um, because the movie is gonna sneak in a reference here that will synchronize Neo with Jesus.
This is the main deck. This is the core.
So, see at the top of the sign here, it says Mark 3, number 11. That is a verse from the scriptures. And let me read out that verse. It says, "And unclean spirits, when they saw him, fell down before him and cried, saying, 'Thou art the Son of God.'" Now, keep this verse in mind, and now pay attention to how everyone reacts to Neo, who, of course, plays the Son of God.
Where we broadcast our pirate signal and hack into the Matrix. Most of my crew, you already know. This is APOC, Switch, and Cypher.
Hi.
The ones you don't know, Tank, and his big brother Dozer. The little one behind you is Mouse.
Okay, I'm gonna rewind this again. But to me, everyone seemed pretty excited. They displayed a positive reaction, except for Cypher and Mouse, right? I'm gonna rewind this now, but they shot the scene from Neo's perspective, from a reason, from the ego perspective, so we could exactly see their facial expressions, and also their eyes, because the eyes tell us a lot.
Where we broadcast our pirate signal and hack into the Matrix.
So first, there's Mouse in the background lurking there. He's keeping this distance, and they show him like this scared guy, scared of Neo, of course, and of course there can be a couple of reasons for that, but I'm gonna tell you what I think.
My crew, you already know. This is APOC, Switch.
Okay, so I hope you saw the other faces. Everyone looked straight at Neo and was happy. But we had Mouse lurking in the background, being scared, and now we have Cypher. I don't know, you tell me. If I look at his face, he looks fucking terrified, if you ask me. Remember this.
And Cypher.
Hi.
The ones you don't know, Tank, and his big brother Dozer. The little one behind you is Mouse.
So look at this right here. Before him, we had the two brothers that had a big ass smile on their face, and now we have Mouse here. Again, we can see his face, and he's looking down. He lowers his face, and he can't keep the eye contact with Neo. Same goes for Cypher, whose eyes were, or his whole his expression looked pretty much terrified of Neo. So where am I going with this? It could be coincidence, but taking that verse, Mark 3, number 11, into consideration, we know that Cypher is going to betray the Matrix for fame and money. He's going to go back to the Matrix. And here's what you have to know about Mouse too. There was a little scene that might have went over your head. So later, Mouse is gonna offer Neo to have sex with the famous woman in the red dress. If you saw the movie, you definitely know who I'm talking about. And that woman in the red dress is a program written by Mouse. He then also states to Neo, "To deny our own impulses is to deny the very thing that makes us human." Now, that might That sentence might sit right with many of you, but that is actually just the smartest way to justify your perversions. Because if we would give into all our impulses, we would be nothing but animals. Because the very thing that makes us human is actually the opposite. It's the ability to think about good and evil and overcome our beastly nature. Right? So we can do what's going to benefit us in the long run. And don't get me wrong though, because sex is beautiful, but we should not surrender to our lust, especially if that significant other is digital. So where am I going with this? The point I will make is that this scene wanted to show us that both Mouse and Cypher have unclean spirits, and that their reaction is meant to allude to that verse, Mark 3:11, to how the unclean spirits fall down when they see Jesus. And of course, here Jesus is played by Neo. Following scene here will prove my claims once and for all. And if you still have any doubts, pay close attention to Morpheus' words here.
I can't go back, can I?
No. But if you could, would you really want to?
When Neo took the red pill, when Neo got baptized, he received eyes to see the spiritual realm. And now that he's aware that Satan controls the world, he can't go back to his previous state of consciousness no more. And when Morpheus asked him if he would really want to, it was really beautiful said, because going back into the matrix after seeing the truth is like holding onto a lie after your friend told you the truth, because it's more convenient to you, because now Neo is aware that there's a war going on that he cannot ignore anymore. Like Ephesians 6:12 says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places."
I feel I owe you an apology. We have a rule. We never free a mind once it's reached a certain age. It's dangerous. The mind has trouble letting go. I've seen it before, and I'm sorry. I did what I did because I had to. When the Matrix was first built, there was a man born inside who had the ability to change whatever he wanted, to remake the Matrix as he saw fit. It was he who freed the first of us, taught us the truth.
Of course, the man who had the ability to remake the Matrix, that is alluding to Jesus' power to perform miracles. And of course, Jesus taught the people the truth and freed them in the process.
As long as the Matrix exists, the human race will never be free. After he died, the Oracle prophesied his return, and that his coming would hail the destruction of the Matrix, end the war, bring freedom to our people.
Okay, so this should have pretty much sealed the deal here. The man who died and was prophesied to come back and then end the war. Obviously, we all know now that he's talking about Jesus. But in hindsight, it's easy to notice because you have the knowledge now. But for some viewers, this must be like waking up, seeing a scene again that you already saw, maybe even a couple of times, but now starting to realize that you really never saw it. And that's how Neo felt when he saw the world beyond the Matrix. And the way our world is able to make us blind to the movie shows you that the Matrix really works. I gotta admit though, when I first saw the movie, I was a so called atheist and a prick that thought he knew it all. And still, I was completely blind to all of the illusions, although the movie slammed it right in my face. But like I said, in hindsight, it's easier to notice. But when we are asleep, we cannot see these things. It really goes to show you that the Matrix metaphorically and literally hides the truth, right in front of our eyes. Really, this shit is so crazy, man. The movie is called The Matrix. It tells about the Matrix, and yet the Matrix of our real world makes us blind to the real plot of the movie. The same way it blinds us from reality. It's like our eyes are wide shut.
This is why there are those of us who have spent our entire lives searching the Matrix, looking for him. I did what I did because I believe that search is over.